something big is underneath. Oh, it's the tarpon got him. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Thank the Lord, this is gonna turn out great. All right, y'all, so this upcoming Saturday, the church that we attend, Oceans Unite, down here in Vero Beach, they're hosting the 3rd annual fishing tournament. So I'm trying to help raise some funds for the cause. All the proceeds from the tournament go directly to the House of Transfiguration, which is a great cause here in Vero Beach. I've been pretty swamped with a lot of commission work, thank the Lord. I'm gonna go ahead and donate a couple prints, but because they're just prints, I want to customize it a bit. So I went to Michael's, I picked up some frames, got some paint, and I'm gonna customize the frame. And then I'll probably do a little doodle on the mat or something, but here we go. I'm gonna go on my website and select a couple prints and get them all framed up. But first, let's paint these frames. I need to find a table or somewhere to put the frames on so I can paint them. I don't necessarily want to ruin any of my tables, so gotta figure something out. Yeah, I know. There's a whole lot of things going on so far in this video, but stick around because I will get into some tarpon. I'm gonna use this Montana Gold in this light blue color. I've been using Montana spray paint for as long as I can remember. I was like in middle school or high school, my buddy and I used to actually order them directly from Germany. Back then we paid $1.25 per can. I paid $14 for this at the local Michael's. I use a lot of blues in my artwork, particularly redfish and tarpon art, which is what I'm leaning towards doing for this. So the blue is going to make the colors pop in whatever print I choose. UPS dropped off some goodies. You know, part of me helping out with the tournament committee. I don't know a lot of local companies since I'm still new to town, but I was able to reach out to a few of my friends within the industry to get on board and help out the cause. Huge thank you to Will and the guys over at Turtle Box for coming through. They're out in Texas, but they sent this down to me in Florida to help us out here to the local community of Vero Beach. I reached out to them yesterday and I let them know what we were doing, and they overnighted this from Texas to Florida to make sure we had it on time. 14 by 18. It's got a 10 by 13 inch matted opening. So that means any of the prints on my website that I sell that are 11 by 17 typically will fit in this perfectly, and you can pick these up at Michael's. They're usually $40 each, but they usually have a buy one get one free, and you could typically stack another 20% coupon on top. So these frames actually end up costing relatively cheap, and they look really nice. I just kind of want to change it up and customize it. Enter paint montage, and let's get some music going. Got the first coat on there. This color is bright and vivid. It's exactly what I was hoping for, and this is gonna turn out great. I also reached out to my friends at Bajío Sunglasses. As you know, I am a Bajío ambassador, and they stepped up and they sent not one but 2 pairs of shades to help us raise some funds for the House of Transfiguration. So make sure you support these companies because they don't have to help me support my local community. You know, Turtle Box is out in Texas and Bajío's up in New Smyrna Beach, yet they stepped up to the plate to help me raise some funds for my local community. Think I'm done painting? It's time to fish. It's not looking too good here. The water is super low, but I'm gonna drop a fly in there anyway. Got a bass, I think. Yep. All right, so not exactly what I'm looking for, but there is some fish in that hole. Maybe there's a tarpon or two. So now that I got the frames painted, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little doodle on the matting because I want to customize it somehow. So I'm gonna go on my website and I'm going to select 2 prints that are available right now. I am actually extending the Labor Day sale. All prints are 25% off this week. Sale ends on Sunday. Into my studio now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started drawing a little tarpon here. Yeah, I've been using Prismacolors for as long as I can remember too. I used to use them a lot for graffiti in black books. And I have since, started doing my fish art with Prismas the same way I used to. So now I'm doing some contouring and shading here on this tarpon, kind of bringing it to life. Tarpon have a lot of scale work, but that's kind of what makes them unique. Hit it with a couple little jagged lines here and there, kind of muddy it up, make it look more of a rough sketch. Now hit the little water bubbles or whatever you want to call them, and there you have it. That was the tarpon. And now onto the redfish. So this is actually my redfish drip drawing. I do this drawing quite a bit just for sake of repetition and branding purposes. It kind of goes back to graffiti where you have a mark and you redo the same mark over and over and over. That way people associate that mark with the artist. A couple more little bubbles, some highlights, and it's done. This is the redfish print, heads or tails, available on my website now, but with the frame and the little custom doodle for this tournament. Here is the tarpon. Let me know what you guys think. I've never done this before, but I thought it would be a good idea to customize these prints for the tournament in this manner. If you're wondering how to help, you can check out therealmission.com, or you could come support the fishing tournament. It is again this Saturday, September 9th. The captain's meeting is Friday night, September 8th. It is an inshore and offshore tournament. The heaviest snook takes home $2,000 and the heaviest kingfish takes home $3,000. If you want to learn how you could win any of these prizes, they will be available via the raffle or category winners in the fishing tournament. And the best part is you get to support the cause. So now I got to run this stuff over to the committee meeting. But before, let's try to catch a tarpon. Is that a big gar? Or is that a tarpon? That's a big gar. And a lot of the hardcore fly guys do this in the Everglades. They'll toss some topwater plugs in Whitewater Bay to locate the fish. Once they see a fish, chase and blow up on the lure, they know the tarpon are home. So then they'll switch up. Then they switch up to the fly rods. But when you're trying to locate the fish, fly, sitting there blind casting a fly is not necessarily going to be very ideal. So I saw a tarpon roll and I dropped the cast, but I looked away as I jumped over this median, whatever you want to call it, and then something massive exploded next to my lure. I don't know if it was a tarpon or if it was a gator. It was so big that it could have been a gator. This is deep enough for big tarpon territory. Should have just been a tarpon missing. Okay, something big is underneath. Oh, it's a tarpon. Got him. Oh boy. It's a big tarpon, not a gator. Fat boy tarpon. Oh, did he get snagged somehow? I think he did. I saw him swim up underneath it. Somehow got snagged. Probably on one of those jumps. Ah, popped him off.